Hopefully that'll work. All right, so I think everyone already met. We got Mrs. Shaper, our new official town clerk. I'll let you do the honor and do your first roll call.
Okay. Mayor George J. Thomas.
Here.
Councilmember Catherine Terry.
Here.
Councilmember Monica Merritz.
Here.
Councilmember Bill Coon.
Here.
Town Attorney Michael Pope.
Here.
Awesome, okay. We got everyone, we'll just move right along. Any additions, deletions, changes, to the agenda? If not, we'll just need to approve it as it is.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda as is.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed say nay. Very well, we'll move on, see if there's any public comments. Scooter? All right. All right, so then we'll go ahead and discuss what we're all here to discuss, which is this sewage interlocal that all of the other council members went the week before last week.
Yes.
And we spoke to, we as in not me, but you three, I wasn't there, to the county to ask for administrative assistance with this sewage grant, and to help us acquire the easements that we need to begin construction. So that's kind of the backdrop, and then I'll open it up for, I know Councilwoman Terry was the one who did kind of some talking and negotiating and everything, so I'll open it up for comments before we kind of get into it, I guess.
The original agreement dated way back, and so they just kind of picked it up and fixed the dates and want to go ahead with the acquisition of the easements and then the grant itself. I'm looking at Michael to see if he was there. Do you have anything to add to that?
Not really, no, they seemed excited to.
Did you read over this?
I did, I read it, Joel sent it to me last Friday, and I got it, I read over it over the weekend. It's got my stamp of approval on some form for sure.
And they seem all gung ho, like you're saying there might be some staff now. And of course, none of the commissioners were there other than Rocky.
Right.
But Joel Foreman acted like everything was fine, and David Kraus.
Which is good, and so I read over it as well, and I went through it, with the attorney. I would say even I'm probably pretty comfortable with the word. It's pretty limited in scope to just offering us administrative assistance for how we manage the grant, and the costs and the reimbursements, and assisting us with the bids, but ultimately everything is still in our control, basically, for lack of a better phrase. And the most important thing, which came up at that town hall meeting in the community center, which was just helping us acquire these easements, which we need just even to begin construction.
Exactly.
Right, that's really the most immediate pressing need. They have an agency, a realtor firm, I don't know the name of it, but that they use for that, and we'll go through them and they'll help us in offering those people. Now, and I'll let Mr. Pope go over it as well, but we did, so as far as if those easements, any cost associated with the easement acquisition, if that is covered through the grant, like can that be reimbursed through the grant? I spoke with Kylie as well, I know you did, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, so I did speak with Kylie actually earlier today, and I was asking her some questions, and she said she had spoke to you yesterday. I guess there's two different grants they're giving us, one's under 42, one's under 35. She says the actual acquisition of the easements couldn't be covered under the current one, under 42, but if we invoice it to 35, it should be able to be covered by that. That's what, she was gonna double check that, but she was 99% confident that it would be covered.
And the other grant, that's the one that we just got notification of, the additional 12 million.
That's for the third phase.
Yes.
That's the grant
It's
35 that you're referring to as grant 35.
35.
And the first one is 45.
42.
I think she said 42, I believe.
And when I spoke with her, I told her I would email her that specific question, and that way we have it, and she said, yeah, I'll respond once I get confirmation, which she verbally confirmed it with you, which is good, but that way we have like an email, hey, yes, this is, that way, we won't have to out of pocket. Worst case scenario though, we may have to out of pocket it, but it seems like we may not have to.
But does the county know this? Is this something that we communicated with the county? Cause I know that was one of their questions too, like who covers the cost of the acquisitions? Because
Right.
it couldn't be, covered in the initial grant.
And I think the way that Joel worded the interlocal is that they're only helping us with all the stuff that's reimbursable essentially. And so I think we're covered there. That was my understanding of it.
Yeah. And, cause it says, it's like some verbiage in there where he said, basically like, under no circumstance will the county be, basically, will they have to pay?
Right.
Essentially, yeah, so whether or not we can do it with the grant, ultimately, we gotta find a way to pay it.
Right.
I don't foresee it being a huge expenditure, even if the grant didn't cover it, but I think probably from what we heard from the rep from the state, the grant, one of the two grants will cover it, so. And, yeah, I mean,
I did ask her about, and this is kind of sidetracking, not to take us off topic, it's still about the grant. I did ask her about the timeline of December 26th, just because it's getting closer, if there's any way we can push that back. She said that it can be pushed back, but there may be a way that we can invoice things before that date gets here, and then have that work still going on afterwards, as long as everything is invoiced and paid before the timeline. So, we definitely gotta get rolling on it, because that's what, a year and a half?
yeah. Yeah. You said it cannot be pushed back.
She said it
Right,
cannot
That's
be
what she
pushed
said,
back.
right.
That's what we was told.
That's what she said. Yeah, so, guess any council member comments, questions, or concerns?
I'm good with it.
I don't even have really a whole lot of big concerns with it, so that's, you know. But if not, okay, all right, then in that case, the floor is open for a motion to approve this interlocal agreement between Columbia County, Florida, and the town of Fort White, Florida for Fort White sewer utility right-of-way acquisition and grant administration.
I make a motion that we approve the interlocal agreement between Columbia County, Florida and the town of Fort White, Florida for sewer utility right-of-way acquisitions and grant administration.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed say nay. Okay, good, so it passes unanimously. And that's the only one. So, okay, floor is open for a motion to adjourn, well, unless there's any other.
I'm good with
That's
it.
the fastest meeting you guys have ever
Yeah.
had.
That's
In the
what I
last
told
3
you.
years.
That's what I told you, don't get used to it.
Yeah.
That's too easy, anyway.
What I'm hoping is, if even I didn't catch anything, hopefully it's a decent deal. So, but, okay, in that case, the floor is open for a motion to adjourn.
Before that, I just wanna ask,
Yeah.
is the next meeting, which is Monday here?
It's here at town hall. Yep. Sure. Floor is open.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor say aye.
Uh,
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we adjourned it.